Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video is being seen and shared. It's Celine Driver once again, coming to you today with a very special, well, there's no box to unbox, but a very special review for my channel, which requires a bit of background, so hopefully you'll indulge me. Several months ago, maybe even as much as a year ago, I became aware of this watch right here, from a company called Comet. And it was a watch that was going to be based out of the United States, actually, by a gentleman named, and I deeply, deeply apologize if I'm mispronouncing your first name, sir, but just being a dumb American, even though you're American too, I'm one of the dumb ones. I believe it is pronounced Bhavin Patel. I'm 100% sure it's Patel, but the first name is Bhavin. Hopefully it's pronounced Bhavin. I've never actually spoken to him, so I'm not sure. But irregardless, I found out about this through various Facebook groups that I belonged to, and at the time I was one of the moderators on the Kickstarter group. I've since been removed from that position. I won't get into that. There was no ill feelings, just I wasn't doing enough for them and they replaced me. Anyway, I found out about this watch through that group and a few others and became very intrigued because of this color scheme in particular. This was one of like 10 different color schemes I believe he was going to do eventually. But I am a particular fan of the Gulf Racing color scheme, the light blue, sky blue, if you will, with the orange, that was made famous by a lot of Gulf Racing cars, particularly Porsches. There are other race manufacturers through the years, but Porsche, at least in my mind, is one of the most famous, the 917, all-conquering Porsche cars at Le Mans, for example, were in this color scheme. And I just knew I had to have one of these. And I've been talking on and off for the better part of a year with Mr. Patel about this watch and about his eventual Kickstarter campaign and so on, and very enthusiastic. I actually wanted to get this watch in to review the prototype for my channel, but he was not able to do that for me, so that didn't happen, obviously. But the Kickstarter campaign did eventually launch, with a goal in the 60,000 range to get to that number. And unfortunately, as a lot of backers of the campaign know, it didn't make it, which is a pity, because I think the watch was a great idea. It was a really unique looking watch, as you can see. It was well made. It is well made. I'm holding it right now, and it is a well made watch. It looks great. It feels solid, and it unfortunately just didn't get there. So I started. I of course emailed Bhavin immediately after the campaign didn't make it, and I apologized and waited what I thought was an appropriate amount of time, because I didn't want to just jump in like a vulture and say, look, I really want that Gulf Racing color scheme watch prototype if you would be willing to sell it to me. And he didn't do that. And I kept in contact with him and kept asking the same question, as nicely as I could. I didn't want to be a nag. I didn't want to be a pain in the butt. But I eventually, in December, right around the holidays, I got a hold of him again, and he said, look, I really want to buy the watch. Can we talk price? And he says, I'm not in the United States right now. Contact me in January. I contacted him in January. He said, yes, I will sell you the watch. We agreed on a price, which I thought was fair. He thought was fair. And a few days later, here it is. Now, I was asked to make it clear on this video. He doesn't have these watches. He only had a few prototypes made. This is a one of one. He doesn't have any more. He might have another prototype or two, which he's keeping for his own reasons. I'm grateful as hell that he sold me this one. He could have just as easily said, no, I'm going to relaunch this at some point. I need the watch to do that for prototype purposes. Leave me alone. He didn't. He said, yes, you can have it. And I am grateful for Bhavin for doing that for me. Here it is. But I want to make it clear at his request, and of course I will honor the request, he has no watches for sale. Do not bother him. Leave him alone. He's working on other projects. He doesn't need to be bombarded with a bunch of crazy people like me. One was enough. But I appreciate it, sir, and I will be forever grateful for you letting me have this watch. And it is a really nice watch. I mean, it is a prototype. I don't think there's a serial number on it. I wish my eyesight was better so I could tell, but irregardless of whether there is a serial number on it, it is a prototype. And it is not a commercial watch, but it's a great little watch. Comes with a nice leather band, signed leather band, Comet chronograph, top grade leather. It's a Horween, which is really nice quality stuff. I know Zelos uses Horween, so I'm familiar with that. It has the quick release spring bars, which makes things really nice. And it has standard width on the lugs, so it'll work with other straps as well. It is a chronograph, your typical chronograph workings. You have the chronograph second hand there. At the 12 o'clock, you have the chronograph minute register. At the 6 o'clock, you have the constant second hands. Of course, you can see you have indices at 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. And you have a very nice tachometer scale, which I know nothing about, so I won't pretend to say that I know what the hell a tachometer scale is, other than it's for measuring time, speed, distance, but I wouldn't know how to use it. And you can start and stop with the A button. The B button simply resets, and as you can see, it's a nice sweep to reset. And the movement is a hackable movement. Keep your eye on the 6 o'clock register. If you pop it twice, it hacks. So it's a nice watch. Anyway, I have my sheet O facts, which I always do. As I said, this is a Comet. It is a prototype chronograph, one of one. I don't know if there'll ever be any more. If you're watching this some years later and there are more, hey, at the time I made this video, this was a one of one. Beautiful watch, really nice. It is a 41.5. I pulled all these statistics I pulled off of the Kickstarter page out there on Kickstarter.com. 41.5 millimeter diameter, 13 millimeter thick, 22 millimeter lug width, 48.5 millimeter lug to lug, tip to tip, point to point, however you want to do it. Uses a crystal I've never heard of before. I probably will research a little more to find out just how tough the thing is, but it is using a K1 crystal. The outside is sapphire coated, so I think it's a little bit tougher than a mineral crystal. Probably not as tough as a full sapphire crystal, but no scratches on this one. It is a 5 atmosphere. I believe that's 50-meter water resistance, so survives a rainstorm. You can't sweat through it, but don't think I want to go snorkeling or diving in it. 316L stainless steel case. I don't think anyone's going to argue with me about case type like they've been doing on other videos I made. You know who you are. You can't comment anymore because you were being a jackass about it and I blocked you. And inside you have a Miyota 6S, as in Sam, 6S11 quartz movement. I assume if it needs a battery somewhere down the line, it'll be relatively easy to get in there. Get those nice little indents. I like the little round indents that you can get one of those case back tools into. It's not like one of those, rectangles with the open side that just has all the opportunity in the world to slip out. This one looks like it'll be real easy to get into and work on if I have to get a battery for it. I suspect this thing will run for a good little while. And just really a nice watch. I'll put it on. Pardon me. Looks like this strap has never been used before. Oh, it feels like it's never been used before. It's stiff as hell. Okay, come on, baby. There you go. All right. Oh, that looks great. There you go. There she is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. As you can see from a down shot or down the barrel shot, the lugs fit very nicely on my wrist. Yes, I have hairy wrists. Leave me alone. I'm not shaving my wrists for you people. I mean, I love you guys and I appreciate you, but I ain't shaving my wrists for you. That's just silly. And it just wears nicely. Looks great. And it is what it is. I mean, it's not a precious metal watch. It doesn't have, applied indices. It has a very detailed, but not overly busy watch face. It's a nice daily wear quartz chronograph, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the fact that it has this Gulf Racing color scheme on it, which I love. I am a big fan of this color scheme. If you look back at one of my other videos where I did my man cave video and I showed you my diecast collection, you would see a lot of diecast from European road racing, and a lot of it is in Gulf Racing colors. Not just Porsches, but other cars as well. So it's obvious I am a big fan of this watch, and I can't believe I'm holding it. I mean, I've been chasing this watch for a while now. The campaign didn't work out. I thought it was gone forever, and yet a little perseverance, a little luck, the cooperation of a really nice guy, and I own it. I'm very happy with it. I mean, I'm sorry that the rest of you at this time won't be able to experience what a really nice watch this is, but hopefully Bavin will be able to relaunch or in some other fashion, either launch to a website or launch on Kickstarter again with different goals and get this watch out to the public, because this is a nice watch. And I hope he produces it and sells a ton of them, because he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy to work with. He's responsive, he's attentive, and he's making a decent product. And God knows we need a bunch of more of those guys like him and Elshin and other guys out there in the micro brand community and in the reseller community, guys like Mimo and other guys like that who pay attention to their customers and deliver what they say they'll deliver, when they say they'll deliver it, and doing it with genuine caring, for what they're doing. So on that note, I'm going to go put this on and wear the hell out of it because I am so happy I have this watch. I mean, love this. Look at the finish on this. I mean, this is a prototype, folks. It's a prototype. I mean, this is a commercially viable watch in a prototype. Man, I hope he's able to make this watch for the public someday because the public will love it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, a thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up. Comments, questions, suggestions below. I read them all. I answer them all. And I delete the bad stuff. I have zero tolerance for it. If you're not already a subscriber and you've come across this channel for the first time, please click the subscribe button if you've enjoyed this. And if you do click the subscribe button, click the bell icon next to it so when I make new videos, you'll be alerted. I appreciate you. I appreciate you stopping by. Hope you're having a good day, and I'll see you in my next video.